Music's not working again because apparently that's a thing. Sadly, chat is up, stream is up, sculpt is up. I didn't make tea because I got distracted. It's so cold in here. Hi, if there's anybody here. Hopefully everything is working okay here. Let me just triple check. If there's anybody here, I hope you're having an amazing night. Says I am live. Let's see here. Hi guys. Hopefully everything is working okay. Let me know in chat. I want to make sure that we're all good. And sadly, you guys can't hear my music, so I'm so sorry. Again, I don't know what's up with my OBS. It's like it just does not want to play. Okay, cool. So we're up. Cool. Super cool story. I'm super sorry about the music. Oh, aw, Dawn. Thank you. Whoever reads this is a cutie. I'm a cutie! Okay. I feel like I win at life or something. It's just the camera just a little bit so you're not like looking at my freaking nose. Ugh! Let's do what we were supposed to do here, which is like actually sculpt. So I hope everybody is having an awesome night tonight. Awesome weekend. Like you all should have. Hey! They did. They let me come out and play. Yes, I was actually working earlier. No, trust me, they don't overwork me. They're amazing. I've just taken a break for a little bit off social, which was much needed. But I'm starting to come back here pretty freaking strong. Hello from Peru. Hi. How are you doing tonight? Or today. I don't know what time it is there. It's not that much of a time difference, right? I'm central. So once again, I apologize. My music, I have music playing, but for some reason it's not showing up on OBS that it's going through. So, since I've not been into the flow, well, I actually really appreciate you being aware of that. But don't even worry about it in the future. Even if I'm in the flow, I will always try my best to answer your questions to the best of my ability. Custom user interface, no, I don't think it's needed. It improves my workflow personally. You can't see half my buttons at the bottom here, but it makes it easy for me to switch for materials. I have all the common things that I normally use. Easy for me to click so I don't have to dig through the subtools. I use a lot of hotkeys though too. Like all my brushes, I have them up here. Like they're up here at the top. But they're not, I don't really use that often, I won't lie to you. So it's really about like what works best for you. Oh, hello. Hello from Texas. What's the weather like in Brazil and Peru right now? I'm super curious. Are you guys working also, are any of you working on any cool projects? ZBrush related projects right now? I always like to hear about what you're working on. Did I get, okay, so this, now that I'm looking at this, again, because it's always good to take a step away, and I haven't touched this in a couple of weeks, so. Teaches Gumroad tutorials. Hi, Aridexia, hello, Aridex. Hi, nice to meet you. It's actually a pauldron. It looks like a mask. Thank you. It's a pauldron. It's Wars. When did I figure it out? It's his right pauldron. It's a face though. It's a face. It's a mask. Let's call it what it is. So Casper, I'm going to be completely 100% honest with you. I would just go on to ArtStation and find sculptors that you like and see if they offer Gumroad tutorials or tutorials in general. There's a lot of amazing people on there. I've been a little bit out of the scene here, so I don't have any like active people that I can mention to you off the top of my head. A lot of the people that I'll recommend, I'd like, it's been a while, so I don't know if they're actually offering anything. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I was doing this full time, and now I'm not. Even though I think I want to again. I don't know, I'm all over the place. At least freelancing. So yeah, you guys working, what did I put on Inflate? Are you guys working on anything cool right now? Any cool projects you have coming up that you're excited about? Any portfolio pieces that you're working on that you're excited about? I always like to know why people want to learn or what they currently do with ZBrush. Hey, JSR, any cool things you're working on at Gunfire that you can tell us? No. I mean, aside from the stuff that's been announced, eventually DLC 1 and 2 will be released for Darksiders. Darksiders 3. There's no date on that yet, though, and we just teased New Game Plus. I can say that because it was officially teased. We are also working on Remnant from the Ashes, so if you guys are a fan of survival action, third-person shooters, I recommend checking out Remnant. It's actually really, really beautiful and amazing looking. It's a little bit more on the realistic side. It's kind of like Darksiders, but a little more realistic, but kind of like, I don't know. It's cool looking. I think it's cool. It's fun. So I would recommend you guys keeping an eye out on that, and that'll be released sometime this year. There's no date on that one yet, though. Okay, so let's see here, because I really want to bring this up to the next level, but I really should get these horns up level-wise, so I can at least get them to some medium detail here, and I can tell you right now that they are too curved. Okay. I'm sorry you guys can't hear my music. Just put on whatever kind of music you want. See, look at it this way. You guys can like work on, listen to whatever the heck you want while I'm working, right? Instead of my like royalty-free EM. I don't even know what it is. It's good. I like it. I'm trying to sculpt a face shell, but I have no freaking idea how to make the thickness specific enough for the eyes to fit perfectly. Oh, okay. So you're literally trying, like, for print, right? For 3D print, you're trying to make a mask. I'm trying to make a face shell, but I have no freaking idea how to make the thickness specific enough for the eyes to fit perfectly. Okay, so are you talking about like a mask that you're trying to 3D print? Like, will it become real, or what exactly is your end game here? Because I have a couple suggestions, but I want to make sure I understand what your end game is so that I give you the proper answer to things. Doing that thing again. Okay, so if you don't have access to getting a scan of yourself, which is always, in my opinion, if you have access to getting a 3D scan of yourself, do it. But if you don't, you can easily take, you can create just like a frickin' sphere or an oval or whatever, a fucking You know what I'm talking about, the sphere. It's the size of your head. And I want the eyes and the rest of the shell to be the same surface. That does not make sense. Are you actually making eye holes so that you can see through it? Like when... I can tell you right now, in general, with 3D printing, you do not want to go too thin, because if you go too thin, your print's gonna break. And I'm trying to think of the... Off the top of my head, I don't know the minimum thickness you want it, but I'm sure if you Google minimum thickness for 3D print, you'll find out. My other question is, do you plan on printing it out of resin with a SLA printer, or are you going to be printing it, or SLA, or the light projection one? I don't remember the technical term for that. Laser or light, and then, or is it going to be with an FFF or an FDM printer, which is the extrusion printer? Because I think its thickness is different for both of them, and I've printed... Okay, you want it the same level. I still don't understand. I was going to sell it. Well, I was going to say that you could at least do measurements in general. Hi, Slashy. How are you? I was going to say that you could at least do measurements in general, or find generic measurements to make sure that your eye hole, your width, is actually like an average width here. You don't want to make it too close or too far, obviously. And you want to make sure, too, the size, that you've got a generic size that will fit most people if you plan on selling it. But when you say surface, do you mean, like, hypothetically speaking, like, is there no nose bridge? Is it just, like, with, like, holes? Is it just, like, a flat surface with, like, the holes in it, if that makes sense? Because if that's the case, then you're just going to adjust the thickness based off of... You need the space for the face to fit. That's why I always suggest the scan. But if you can't have the scan... Hi, how are you, FDM? Okay, cool. So you know the thickness. You need to make sure that somebody's nose is going to fit in it as well, right? And this is the big area of confusion. So your actual shell on the inside has to fit the structure of a human face. So you're going to have to make sure that it fits. Yeah, okay. You can see how Spider-Man's eyes don't seem to be detached from it. Right. Yeah, you're making an actual face shell. That makes sense. Yeah, the only thing that you're gonna have to worry about is you're just gonna have to worry about if you literally are just making like a freaking shell, like Spider-Verse Spider-Man shell, then like you just have to make sure that your distance on the inside here is enough, like your largest point, right? You got the shell that's going to go this way, and so you have to make sure that the distance, I'm like using my nose as an example, and the distance here is enough, the curvature is enough for it. So I would honestly just average. Like I would still use your own measurements, man, and I would just average it out to make sure that you have enough distance from here to here and that your curvature is correct. And then just make, I mean, you should be able to make the shell all the same thickness if that's the case. If you're literally just making a face shell, you shouldn't have to worry about any weirdness because you're not forming it to the curvature of somebody's, like, you're not forming it to the structure of somebody's face, right? You're just forming this curved shell to the generic human face. So your thickness should technically be equivalent all around. And if you're saying you can do 2 millimeters as your thinnest, that seems really thin. I would go a little thicker if you can. Just a little bit to make sure that it's thick enough to hold. I hope I'm understanding you. The eyes are detachable. The fabric goes under the eyes, but over the shell. No, you're totally fine, Casper. You should make Spider-Man. I should. That would be rad. That would actually be really fun to do too. Make a Spider-Verse fan sculpt. That would be really fun. Oh god, I need creativity, guys. Spam me with your ideas because I need to be making more stuff. I went on a tweet sent. Yay! Hold up one second. Oh. Huh, interesting. Side job. Anyways, hi, I'm awake. The fabric goes under the eyes, but over the shell. Well, but the eyes, like, that shouldn't, no, I got an email about helping to manage another social account. Woo, side jobs! Anyways, no, the blarg. I so can't freaking think right now. That shouldn't matter. The fabric shouldn't matter because you're just gonna magnetize the eyes on there, right? So like, it should all still be the same thickness. You don't have to make eye holes. Well, actually, you have to see. I don't know how you see how those spider. I've never actually personally. I would look up here. Here's step one, Casper. I should be sculpting, but here's step one. Look up other people that sell Spider-Man shells. Look up how they make them, aka Google how to make Spider-Man face shell, and take their basic structure, because I know that there's somebody out there that's done that, because I've never made one. I've done like form-fitting face stuff, and like I did the Lich King helm, like I've done that kind of stuff, but I've never done just, it seems like it's so simple. So I would just look up how everybody else does it, no matter what they make it out of, and then just apply it to your 3D printing. And you clearly need something to see out of. But overall, where the eyes sit, your holes are not going to be the size of like, the actual, I mean, the Spider-Man's eye, they're big, right? Like your holes are not going to be actually the size of the eyes that you're going to be magnetizing on there. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I hope. Hi! Why cosplayers not so often using 3D? There are actually, hello Yuri, how are you? There actually are a bunch of people now that are using 3D printing with their cosplay stuff. One of the main reasons why I think it's not as crazy mainstream is just because of cost, the startup cost to get a printer. There are cheaper printers, but in general it's around $1,000, right? I mean, you can get $600, $400 printers. But for cosplay stuff, a lot of times you need to print bigger stuff. So some people just don't have the funds or the ability to have access to it. The other thing too is there are files and stuff that you can access online so that you can print those. Like people have already made files, they already exist. But sorry, my brain, I need to make tea here soon. A lot of times, too, there is the block of actually knowing the 3D programs, because going from foam building to 3D printing, it's not just... It's a whole different monster, right? Like, if you've been physically sculpting and then you go to, like foam building, or if you've been, you know, making armor out of Warbler or whatever else, like, if you're doing all that physical stuff and then you jump into the digital world, you have all these new tools to learn. So it's just about that, like, I think more and more people are going to be using it. A lot of people are currently using it, but it's going to be as people get more and more comfortable with these tools and as these tools become more and more accessible. Like, you know, there's the full ZBrush package, and then there's also, you can get core, you can get, you know, like, the programs are becoming more and more accessible to people. So it's going to become more of a common thing. But right now, I just think it's basically accessibility and, you know, funds, and just learn. It's like you just have to learn a whole new skill set, you know, which can be very daunting, especially if you have no 3D experience or no digital experience whatsoever, which a lot of my friends, a lot of my cosplayer friends, they would tell me that, like, that's what concerned them the most, was going from nothing to, I want to make armor in 3D, you know? But it's not impossible, and I totally think that more and more people are going to jump onto that as they, you know, as they learn, or as time goes on and all that kind of stuff. I personally, I know I'm really slow right now because I'm talking to you guys. I tend to be, it depends. I tend to be faster digitally because this is where my background is in digital sculpting. So I tend to be faster in 3D than I would be building out of foam or Warbler, but there are some pieces in the past that it just made more sense for me to make them out of foam or Warbler, either A, for price reasons, or B, just because, like, foam, does really well for like sci-fi stuff, you know, and it just depends. Hopefully that kind of answered your question. Let me look at this. This is wrong. Okay, that's gonna have to integrate. What is... Yeah, of course. I will always, like I said, I will always try to answer your guys' questions to the best of my ability. If it's something I can't answer, I'll be honest with you and be like, I don't know. Google. But I do know that, like, I mean, like I said, I won't lie to you, I've kind of just secluded myself a little bit for the past few months here just so I can, you know, get my mojo back a little bit because my last costume killed me. So I'm not sure what the latest and greatest is right now in the cosplay scene. Oh yes, Yuri. So I'm currently, at this moment, I am doing freelance sculpting. My website's actually down. I need to make a new website. I am currently doing freelance sculpting for figure stuff that I can't talk about right now. And I also currently work at Gunfire Games as a community manager. So I'm the community manager for Darksiders. My background, though, I did professional cosplay for about 1.5 years. Was hired by a few companies, worked on some Blizzard stuff. Worked on some stuff with THQ. It was hired for XCOM, but I had to, that made me sad. I had to give that up because of my Gunfire job. Before that, I was an environment artist for 3 years. So I was an environment artist at a company called Fireforge. Hey, Wesley. A smaller studio called Subscience, which is now gone. They just did mobile games. I think Fireforge is now gone too. The only product they released was Ghostbusters when the Ghostbusters game came out years ago. And then I worked for a short period on WildStar at Carbine. So yeah. I'm not a veteran. No. I would not say I'm a veteran. Not at all. Not at all. I worked in games for about 3 years. And no, I would not call myself a veteran. My highest title was regular environment artist, so no, not a veteran. I've been around for a while, but I would not consider myself a veteran in any way, shape, or form at all. Keyboard shortcut for the brush size, if they're a keyboard shortcut, yes. So when you hold down for the focal shift, right, Stadius, it's actually, it's spacebar. So when you hold down spacebar, it gives you this whole menu here. So you've got draw size, focal shift, intensity, your move scale tools. You've actually got color here too, and you even have brushes here as well. I use it mostly for draw size and for focal shift. That's about all I use it for. No, Yuri, I actually did go to school for it. This is the only dedicated key that I'm aware of, Stadius. If somebody else knows better, please correct me. But spacebar is the dedicated key for changing anything to do with your brush. I mean, you can even turn on dynamic and stuff here. I could be wrong. If there is a dedicated key for just focal shift, if somebody wouldn't mind correcting me, but I don't think there is. Oh, I'm inflating. I'm not moving. The shape on this horn is really weird, and I'm paying too much attention to it, so we're just gonna move on. Currently has, okay, no, off this. Yeah, of course, anytime, guys. Why is this not updating? It's like making me click. Yes, I am in Austin right now. That is correct. And I love it. Oh, backspace, or back. Where's my back face masking? There it is. Why is it doing this? S is size, U is intensity, O is for focal. There you go. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See, I just learned something today. So there you go. So S, okay, there it is. Yeah, S is for size. Cool. U is for intensity, and O is for focal shift. There you go. Boom. Thank you, Sam. I really appreciate that. I learned something new today, too. Amazing. I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is one of those reasons why I love doing these streams, because I always learn something new every time. It's amazing. So we're going to look at this here. Hey, I Cosplay, how are you? She Cosplay. Hi, your name is adorable. What do you think about Sculptress versus ZBrush? So I have not used Sculptress. I'm going to say that right now. I have never used Sculptress. I cannot compare the two because I have not used them. So if anybody here has used Sculptress versus ZBrush, it'd be amazing if you could pipe in. I think if I'm correct, Sculptress is a little more like if you just have Dynamesh on in ZBrush, right, where it's a little more free flowing. My guess is there's probably not as many tools, but I could be wrong because I've never used Sculptress. So for anybody that has, and if not, it's funny, actually, I think I did a video a long time ago. I started a sculpting for cosplay series, a series that I might want to actually pick back up again. Anyways, I started a series on YouTube a while ago under VertVixen Studios, and I think I compare ZBrush versus Core versus Sculptress. I'm pretty sure I do. The video is also about a year old or a year and a half old, so I don't know if it might no longer be relevant because things change so quickly. But lots of butts tonight. Sculptures use dynamic tessellation in accordance to the size of your brush. Think localized Dynamesh where you are. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. That's great, Sam. Thank you again. I much appreciate all of your responses and your knowledge. So localized Dynamesh where you were sculpting. That's interesting. Okay. I don't even have Dynamesh active right now because this is like just not. It should be under VertVixen Studios. Sorry, there's like 3 planes here. So there's this plane here. The horn itself is actually pretty flat here. Hi, Geodox, or Jedcox, hi! How do you measure the size for your projects? Okay, that's a great question. I have a scan. Guys, ready for creepy scan? Let me save really quick because I'm always paranoid about that. Save an iteration, save often. Oh, freezing. Great. Yay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. I don't know why my computer decided to freeze when it saves. Sometimes it does that. That is very sweet, Jalen. Spread the love, spread the sharing. We are on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. All right, so Creepy McCree Pants. I have a scan. And the sizing currently is not correct. Let me just tell you that. But I was very lucky. I was able to get a scan. This is an older scan, by the way. I actually have gone this crazy. This scan's like a year old now. Actually, I think it's exactly a year old now. Anyways, so I have a scan. And this allows me to size things directly to me. So let's save this one more time. Okay, let me load up. My computer might crud out on me. Let's see. Let me load up Fury. Leg armor. Date modified. Torso blockout. Hand armor. Finger. Let's see what happens here. I don't know if this file looks like it's been a while. But this way I can show you a good example of... Okay. So... so here's my scan. Right? This was when I was originally going to 3D print this. So I've got my scan here, and then I've got these pieces... Actually, here. Ugh! This piece is not that hard to take off. Just so I can show you guys an example of what you can do. So, I'm back. Okay, so let's use this piece as an example because I have it readily available. Okay. This is apparently not the final version of that piece. Anyways, so see this piece here that I was able to mold directly around my neck because I had this scan. And this scan was directly sized. So I got the scan done, they sent it to me, and then I sized it and measured it to myself. So for example, I know that I am 5'8", or whatever. So I knew exactly how tall I was. So I made sure that my scan was exactly how tall I was, and therefore, because the proportions were already correct, because it was my scan, everything was already the same length, all that kind of stuff. So scans make life easy if you can get a scan. If you can't make a scan, all you have to do is, like for an example, you need to make arm armor, you need bracers, pauldrons, whatever you need to make, van braces, gauntlets. You can just take a tube that represents your arm or your forearm, and you can measure from point A to point B. Make sure your tube is the correct size, measure your circumference, and then make sure that's all the correct size as well, and then you have a tube that is your arm, right? So you don't need a scan. If you can get one, I recommend it because it just makes your life easy. So here is the final for this piece. Now, I printed this piece, and then I molded it and cast it out of task 14, so it's flexible, because it's casted out of task 14, which is why it's like flappy, so it fits me properly. But this started as, you okay, dude? As this, right? So you guys can see, yeah. It's cool, it's different. But that's just an example so of how I scanned and sized. Hey, what are you doing? You're ruining my yoga mat. Come here. Thor, what are you doing? My dog is like digging up my yoga mat over there. I don't understand. Anyway, so I thought I would just show you. But this is an example of like how you can use your scan to size things correctly to you. Who do you go to for a scan? There are lots of places. That's just acrylic paint. This is painted with acrylic. This is all painted with acrylic. Acrylic is like my favorite. Golden acrylic is what I use. Love it. Let's go back to this since this is what we're working on. So I would look up life scans in your area, body scans, 3D body scans. There are companies that do it. If you are located in LA, the people that did mine were is Co-Create Creations. Co-Create. Still have my boots on. Is Co-Create. So I would recommend them if you're in LA because they're the ones that did mine. They did a fantastic job. If you are not in LA, all you have to do is search for. The dog's literally chasing his tail. Search for 3D scan, 3D body scan, or local 3D body scan place. And they just did mine with a handheld scanner. It wasn't like anything crazy, and there are places out there that have the crazy ones. Well, Bought My Soul, if you're ever in LA, I recommend Co-Create. And like I said, they can do it with the handheld scanner. They don't need the big guy. Oh, cons! If you go to conventions, I totally forgot. There are companies there. I talk about this in one of my videos. There are companies there that will have their portable scanners that they bring with them. I don't know if you've ever seen it. They're like, make yourself into an action figure. Well, just put yourself in some tight-fitting clothes that day and go get yourself scanned. And then you can ask them, you can buy the file from them. You can buy the hard copy, but you can also purchase the file. And then there you go. You have a scan of yourself, and you just need to make sure that your measurements are correct, and then you can build off of that. So, totally forgot about that. I talk about that in one of my videos. There you go, Strider. You can purchase your own too if you want to and have your buddy scan you. It depends, but you know, I think a scan if you go somewhere is around 100 to 200 bucks. Like a full body scan, depending on where you go. And if you go to the cons and you do that and you like buy the file, I think it's like 30 bucks. It's really cheap. It's not expensive if you go to the convention. Can you measure your example mask in ZBrush on the screen? So I have never used any measurement tools in ZBrush. I have not. In fact, everything I bring into ZBrush is actually 200% smaller than what it is in real life because of ZBrush's scaling. The dog is like having a freak out moment. So if anybody has used any kind of measurements in ZBrush, let them know. I've never used it. I think there's like a, I don't know if you guys can hear that. He has his tail in his mouth and he's running in circles right now. Hey, what's going on with you? Are you okay? Don't give me that look. Subtool Master. I thought 3D Print Hub. Okay, so there might be stuff in here. I've never used these tools in ZBrush. I won't lie to you. And I don't want to mislead you. I do most of my measurements in, what's it called? Mesh Mixer, because it's super easy to measure in there. I have done in Max before, but Mesh Mixer is just really easy to use, so I use that for my measurements. It's also really easy to make pegs and holes in there. I've done it in here too. It's really easy with Dynamesh Sub, but like Mesh Mixer is also, it's just easy. It's clean. It's possible to do in here though. Measuring tape in ZBrush. Okay, there you go. Apparently the transposed line can be made into measuring tape. The transposed line is the line that comes trying to move, scale, or rotate. Right. To create the calibrations of the transposed line, find an object to create the calibrations of the transposed. Okay, find preferences in your menu and scroll down to transposed line and then indicate your units of measurement. There you go. Perfect. See? Perfect. Found when Googled. Great. Thank you, Bought My Soul. Appreciate it. And Jed, however you say your name, there you go. Thank you so much for looking that up. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, sometimes I don't know, and if I don't know, I will tell you. Hello, Blur. How are you? Honestly, Bought My Soul, you just need to make sure that your measurements are correct. If your measurements are correct and you scale uniformly, then it's not a problem because your proportions are never going to change. So if you, for example, if you have yourself, right, full size in Mesh Mixer or another program, which I've done, I scaled it down like by 200% and then I brought it into ZBrush. But now I know anything I make in here has to be scaled up 200% so that it fits me properly in Mesh Mixer. Hopefully that makes sense. As long as you're uniformly scaling, then no, you really don't have to measure. You have a scan. And you can get them at cons for cheap. So if you're a con goer, keep your eye out next time you're there. And it's worth it. It's totally worth it. I think that's how Bill If you guys know Bill and Britt Duran, I'm pretty sure that's how they got theirs. I know Core Geek Creations. If you don't know who they are and you're into cosplay, you should know who they're amazing. They're all amazing. I love all of them. Amazing people, amazing builders. Bill and Britt have amazing tutorials. They go by Punish Props. Core Geek has some amazing tutorials. He also is just a very talented prop builder. But they all got scans done, I'm pretty sure, at a con for like 30 bucks. So, tight on money, at a con, go for it. Do not hesitate. Okay, super cool story, bro. We've been messing with these horns for a while, and like I have not done anything with them, so we're just gonna start drawing here. I'm so sad you guys can't hear my music. There's a lot of even spacing going on here, so we'll mess with this. I'll move stuff around. I have a couple of friends that are wanting me to learn how to make armor so they can abuse me for it. You should, Strider. You totally should. It's fun. Like, honestly, there's really nothing like spending so long on something and then like being able to wear it and don it. Like, it's like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's this really beautiful feeling. It's been a while. My last project, it kind of like destroyed me a little bit. It's the best way I can put it. So I just need I need projects to like fill my soul right now. And War has been on my list for a very long time. And even though it's in the same vein as the last project I did, this has just been on my list because War is special to me. War will always hold a special place in my heart. I don't blame you, Strider. I mean, definitely when I started, one of my fears for sure was how am I going to make everything fit me properly in 3D? Because I'm the opposite of you. I am super right-brained. I'm one of those people that I'm like, I'll just make this work. I will figure it out. I will just make this work. and I smash it with a hammer until it works. I'm one of those people. I'm not very methodical. We don't need to get, if I like start to get too quote unquote clean with this, it's just gonna look freaking blobby and gross. So excuse me while I just add stuff and remove stuff. And hello there. They make lots of things. They do. You just hit it with a hammer until it works, and then you're good. Story of my life. Yes, yes, queen. I'm gonna go fire myself for that one. Layers for days. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go make myself some tea. I already boiled the water, so it shouldn't take me long. I'll be right back. Hi, cutie. What are you doing? Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? You good boy, huh? Oh, hush. Hush, hush, hush. Come on, you're okay. Nothing for you to bark at. Come on, kitty. There's nobody here. Come on. Don't be silly. Sorry, guys. I'm back. My apologies. Hi. Come here. Puppy. Hi. The barker. He's got a little bandana on. This is adorable. That's my baby. That's my little troublemaker. Puppy break. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. This is why people on Twitch actually really only watch my streams is for my dog. You guys didn't know that. On my actual Twitch channel, twitch.tv/VertVixen, that's why people, they would watch for the dog. You'd be like, where's Thor? Where's Thorgy? Where did he go? Where is he? Yeah, he's around. He's here, guys. Don't worry. Where'd he go? Huh? Huh? Kidding. Oh, God. This is what happens when nobody talks. I talk to myself. So, sorry, not sorry. Do I need to do the inside? I probably do. Let's see. Damn it. I do. I was cheating. I was like, well, maybe I don't have to, but I totally do. Aw, but really it's the dog. I know, Strider. Trust me. I'm aware. Like, I'm aware. I would watch a stream for a dog. I've talked about this before in streams, but this is like my favorite brush combo situation to use. I love using this fall off sharp brush. It's a trick that I learned from watching High Fans videos. So like quick, easy make bevels. It's the best. It's the best. It's like you just add and then you subtract and you build, and it's just freaking amazing. And it is the quickest way to make like layered bevels. I mean, there might be a quicker way now. I don't know. I learned this like 3 years ago. So I need to watch. I promised myself for this project I'm working on, there's some new things that I have to do that I've never done before. So it's like, okay, time to learn. Did I have formal training or self-taught? I did AICM for 20 years. Oh, 20 years ago. I was like, wait, you were in AI for 20 years? Jesus, what were your school loans? Had some 3D Max experience and just tried Blender. Yeah, so let me tell you my experience. Went to school for game art design. So I do have a degree, BS degree. It's basically what it is, in game art and design. And while I was at school, they taught us Max, they taught us Maya, and they taught us a little bit of ZBrush. I hated 3D so much, like I hated Max and Maya so much that I did not want to do it. That's, congrats, by the way, that's awesome. I'm glad, congrats. So I did not like it at all, and I wanted nothing to do with it. And then one of my teachers sat me down because he saw my frustration, and he showed me ZBrush, and ZBrush changed my life. It was a program, like I said, because I'm a little more right-brained, I'm a little more bash until it makes it work. Everything's a little smoother for me. It's organic, which is a huge thing for me. It's a lot more organic feeling, so it's easy for, it's like drawing, right? Or like, I went to school wanting to be a concept artist. LOL! It's funny because I'm really not that good. But I went to school because I wanted to do concept art, and 3D was just not, it just was not vibing with me, and ZBrush just changed my life. Like, it really did. I love ZBrush. Hi, R7, how are you? And I'm not just saying that because I'm on the Pixelogic stream. I'm saying that because literally it changed how I viewed 3D modeling completely. It was way less scary. It made more sense to me. Just better all around. And like to this day, I thank that teacher for sitting down and showing me. And then from there, it was a lot of trial and error, self-learning, and then I learned a lot on the job as well. But I kind of just picked it up, and it just kind of flowed with me, you know? It was one of those things where I was like, this is it. I flow with this. This flows with me. So if you're like me and you struggle with those other programs because you need something a little more organic feeling, highly recommend ZBrush. I don't do a lot of this stuff, but there is ZModeler and such in here, which is better for more hard surface. And like I said, I personally don't do a lot of that stuff in here, but I personally have done anything I could to avoid hard surface. There's a reason why if you look at my portfolio, it's like all fantasy stuff. All organic. It's not good. Don't do as I say, not as I do. Don't do that. You need variety. So, yeah. Oh, that's a lie. I did have one teacher. I had one class where we did more ZBrush stuff. I almost forgot about that. That was the class where I made my Darksiders chest because I wanted nothing more than to work on Darksiders. And now I have, but not as an artist. It's actually not as dramatic in the actual sculpt, but another just quick note with 3D printing, you do want to over exaggerate some things because in the print they might be lost. I don't have an easy to grab example on me at this moment, but like in this piece here, so this little crack right there, the only reason I was able to really do something that small in the model was because this was printed, the original was printed on my resin printer, so it caught the detail, but if you're using FLA, FFF, or FDM, wow, I can talk, same thing by the way, you need to really make sure you over-exaggerate that stuff, or just do it post. You can do it post too. It's because it won't pick up that small detail, and when you start smoothing it out, you'll lose it. It's bad I use SketchUp to make everything. R7, okay, real fast, sorry. Distracted, ADD. It's bad I use SketchUp to make everything and then just import individual models into Blender to shape them a little bit because I can't get the hang of Blender, then I import them right back. I mean, I would recommend, Strider, that you try to get the hold of Blender or find another program that really works for you, because that's sometimes too much back and forth can cause some issues. If it works for you though, then I mean, heck, whatever works, right? R7, I don't know why. OBS is being weird with me again. It did this last time and then it fixed itself. Maybe I need to update. It is not playing my desktop sound. I don't know if it's a Logitech thing for my headset or OBS thing, but I gotta look more into it. It was working, we got it working last stream and it decided to stop working again. So I am sorry that I do not have background music. I highly recommend that you find some. See, the benefit is that you can listen to whatever the heck you want right now. So look at the cup half full. Spend maybe 30 minutes after each change. Yeah, it takes, that's the thing is like, I've experienced that, not so much with Mesh Mixer and ZBrush, or really Max and ZBrush either, because I model in Max too. I luckily have not experienced that much, but I could see there being a lot of issues with something like SketchUp and Blender. So I recommend, if you can, choose a program, start learning more things about it. And Blender is free, right? So, I mean, so is SketchUp, but Blender's the program that I would recommend you putting some more time into. Yeah, CR7 glass is always half full. Always. No. 3D programs are not very cheap. That's another reason why I appreciate ZBrush, is they have their options. Thank you so much. It was much appreciated. Like, ZBrush is a pretty cheap program, if you think about it. A lot of, I mean, now I'm pretty sure that Autodesk, since they were purchased by Adobe, is going to go monthly. I'm like almost positive, but those programs are not cheap normally, so. Blender is, okay, so yes, it is, hey girl, hey, hey Hits, how you doing? Hits me cat, hey, yes, Blender is free, yes. So, yeah. Oh, no, no slow songs. Nope. No, you can't bring my vibes down. I need fast, happy music. High vibes all the time. Meerkat. 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 Is it like meerkat? Meer. We're like the knights that call. We are the knights that say meerkat. No, because that's a thing. This is all a little rigid right now. I'm gonna go in and adjust stuff at later, but I'm just really trying to, I'm trying to find planes, find layering, that kind of stuff. candy cane. Hello, Ripples. How are you doing? Super cool. An anime succubus? I mean, I could be. That'd be kind of hot, actually. I'd be down with that. I was gonna do a Naruto character. Ah! I miss anime! I haven't watched it in a while. Miss it. Love sweets. One of my coworkers posted a GIF recently about playing ping pong, and I was just like, this is the best thing ever! It's so over dramatic. No, I'm currently working on a pauldron for war. It does look like a weird candy cane thing. So these horns are just part of this guy here. This is a small part of him. So, yes. So right now I'm working on getting the horns up more to this level and getting them where I need to be, because then I'm going to combine them and sculpt them to Geja. So that I can then move on from my medium-sized shapes to my smaller shapes. Step 1, apply gem. What? No, that's inappropriate. We don't talk about that here. I cannot compare either of them. The only thing I've used Cinema 4D for is body paint. There's 2 different programs. Body paint and something else. That's all I've used Cinema 4D for. I cannot compare them. I do not know. Do not know, I am sorry. Is it body paint? I don't even freaking remember. Back at Carbine, I think it was, we used for hand painting textures. Oh god, I miss that. I miss texture painting. I do really enjoy texture painting a lot. I need to finish. I started a bust sculpt for fun that I need to finish. I actually have a couple I started for fun that I need to finish. But now I have a project, like a paid job. Woo! Money! Honestly, that's not the right analogy. It's not over my head. Wow. Just gonna shut up and drink my relaxing tea. Here's my motto with life now. I am like the most, I think I could say badass. I'm gonna say that. I'm like the most badass duck around. I've got like armor on, right? Like I'm a pretty badass mofo. I'm just gonna say that. So, like a duck though, the water just rolls right off my back. I've got armor on, but it's still waterproof. Now I want to make an armored duck. Of all the animals to say that I'm like a freaking duck. Everything just rolls off. It doesn't affect me anymore. It's like a duck. I would be the most freaking epic duck ever. Quick, somebody. Epic duck art, go. Put a little helm on it for me. Hey Alicia, you haven't gotten very far in this sculpt today. I know. You've been having a lot of fun though. Because I've been having a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys. Hope you're having fun. Also, my friend, random sidebar, my friend just reminded me that Kingdom Hearts 3 is out, and I almost lost it at the table. Armored Duck! Right? How amazing is that? It's really cool looking, actually. I straight go to the duck from Nightmare Before Christmas, though, and it's not where I want to go. Right? See? Guys, it's freaking... I'm just gonna call you Kitsune, because that's thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Which, by the way, totally random. I saw a ring the other day that had 2 kitsunes on it that were like facing opposite directions. It was really pretty. It was badass. Anyways. Distractions! Back to sculpting! It's so funny. I'm like, I get all weird and hermity, and I'm just like, I don't want to stream. I don't want to do anything. I just kind of want to be on my own and like write in my journal and blah blah blah. No problems. And then like I get on here and I stream with you guys, and I'm like, just I have a good time. It's fun. Art, games, whatever. I always forget how much fun this is. Oh, hello. God bless you. Your name should just be Achu. Achu. God bless you. Thank you. Okay. I'm just gonna shut up and work. I really, 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 really love interacting with people like you guys, so thank you for being amazing. Y'all are awesome in my book. Hello, how are you doing? Metsu, me too. Hi. How you doing tonight? Yeah, I'm on a Cintiq, yes. Thoughts on tablets? I've only used Wacom products, I won't lie to you. So I've loved all of their products. I used a 3 back in the day, a 4, a 5. Currently I am on the Cintiq. I don't know, it's the big guy. I don't know what size it is. I love the Cintiqs if you can afford one. Would highly recommend. I really freaking love mine a lot. In fact, one of the reasons why I like it is it kind of helps more with the flow. Yeah. But tablets are great. Like I said, I've only used Wacom tablets, the Intuos series, so I can't, that would be my recommendation. This is super sloppy, by the way, guys. I can see how sloppy it is, but we'll clean it up. Thanks! I actually got super lucky. A guy from my work had a couple, and he just had like a spare 1 or 2. I guess like he had one and then like he had to continue, like it broke and then he had to continue working. So instead of waiting for it to get fixed, he like bought another one. And then he was like, I was like, I need to buy one. And then one of my other friends was like, this guy's selling it. I just got really freaking lucky. So I got it for a decent price. I got very lucky. I am grateful for it. Very grateful. Is sound? No, sound's still there. OBS says I still have sound. Is everybody else okay on sound? Okay, thank you. Oh, cool. It was just me. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I do. I work with a lot of cool peeps, for surezies. For surezies. I am very lucky. Thank you, Bunker. Story time. A fun project I've had. Hey, Explorer, how are you? What? I'm gonna be completely honest with you. There's a lot, but a lot of them have also come with a lot of stress because I'm really bad at time management, which I'm trying to get better at. Aren't they all? I mean, yeah, in all honesty, they all have been very fun projects. The most challenging one, the one that really wanted I wanted to rip my hair out, was Fury, for sure. I think Shard might be up there, but Shard was not 3D printed at all. That one was all hand done, which was kind of amazing because it was very different for me, and I was very proud of myself that I was able to do that. It was before I had access to 3D printers. And then my first 3D printed costume that I did was Arthas, the Lich King, Lich Queen, the female version, Lich King, Femme Arthas. And that one, I wish I had given myself more time on, like most of my projects, but which is why I'm taking my time with War. But that one was kind of, I mean, it's kind of like my pride and joy because it was the very first costume that I fully 3D printed, digitally sculpted, 3D printed. And I was super happy. You can find that one. The sculpts for that one are on my art station. I did Garrison after that. Garrison was kind of cool. But Arthas kind of holds a special place in my heart, and so does Shard. They really do. Shard was the first costume I was officially hired for, which was cool. That was how I was able to make the jump to do cosplay full time. I've had some like smaller projects and such in between them. Some smaller projects that I was hired for. Fury I was hired for, but like I said, that costume was just, timing was not great on it, and it just destroyed me. That's the best way I can put it. I sadly do not look on that costume with any favor at all, which kind of sucks because I worked on it for over a year. But then I was working pretty diligently on it, and I was doing a pretty good job at getting stuff done with it, and then it just, yeah. I don't know. It didn't work out how I wanted it to, but what are you gonna do? So like good and bad memories. What are you gonna do? It happens. All right, so this is sloppy as all get up, but let's look at this real fast here. Move some stuff around. I'm gonna keep it at this level. I'm gonna exaggerate this a little more here. No, just ZBrush. I've used Max. I use Max sometimes for hard surface stuff, but no, I don't use 3D Coat or any other sculpting programs. I just use ZBrush for sculpting. Back in the day, I think it might have been Cinema 4D Body Paint or whatever that's called. I have used 3D Coat at jobs before for hand painting textures, but that's the only thing I've used that for. I'm sorry, like I said, this is really sloppy right now. I wish this was cleaner, but it's all good. Hey, how you doing? Thanks. Appreciate them too. I do not know. I don't use those programs. Wow. Hi. Well, careful there, buddy. Don't hurt yourself. Hey, Mosk. How are you doing? Hey, thank you so much. Hey, Ganel, how you doing? Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. Munchy, crunchy, crunch, crunch. I don't understand. That's not something you should be proud of. It's not something you should be proud of. Oh, well, Noob, you're very sweet. Thank you. I work in a brewery? Is that the best place you should be working? I don't... No comments. Working and lurking, nice. Oh, thanks. I really appreciate that. What are you working on? Also, how do you pronounce your name? Genel Jumalon? Maybe something like that. Back hurts. Like a dumb butt, I injured myself. I do, I'm training for professional wrestling. It's kind of awesome, by the way. But I injured myself pretty badly. And so when I overstretched my abdomen, I'm like, oh God! That's okay. It's getting better. I'm really excited because I can work out again Monday. Next Monday, not this Monday. You actually technically work out again. Wednesday? Yes! Going to Vegas. I can work out in Vegas. Woot! Exciting! I'm excited to work out again. I think I'm broken. Oh God, vocal shaft. Okay, let me see here. Pro wrestling? Yes. Yes. I did! One of my newer hobbies that I picked up. It's really amazing, actually. It's really fun. It's super hardcore, by the way. I don't know how else to put it. Like, it's really hardcore on your body. So when everyone's like, it's fake, it's not. I mean, it's definitely like, there's definitely some choreographing going on. It's not UFC fighting, but man, Nice. Dark Samus. Is that for 3D print? Is it for a game model? Like, what are you? Is it cosplay? Like, what is it that you're working on? Like, exactly. What is your end goal? Oh, so funny that I started pro wrestling. All the things. Cosplay! Woo! I'm excited. Good luck. I am excited for you. Hopefully everything turns out the way you planned and everything goes super well and super schmexy like. New messages. Hey, pretty lady. It's pretty lady now, even though it's totally sexy lady. Hey, KSH123, how you doing? Kish. 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 Likewise. Good. Yes, that is the benefit of all projects, right? Is no matter how they go, you will always learn. There is no such thing as a failure. Remember that. It's important. There is no such thing as a failure. Nice! It's just too much. You got... It's a little different. It's not like high school wrestling. It's different. The Rock, yep. How could it not be great? It's just really entertaining. Like, so I come from I've done a lot of stuff. I come from a background when I was younger. I did a lot of acting stuff, and I've always been very athletic. And like, I've recently gotten into, I don't want to say bodybuilding because it's not as, I don't plan on bodybuilding, but I've really gotten into fitness and weightlifting recently, like hard freaking core. Kish, that's your new name. I was like, man, like I wanted to do something more with it, you know, and because I have this acting background, I was like, this would be a lot of fun. Like I get to be over the top and ridiculous and like go have fun with a whole new group of people. So it's been, plus pushing yourself, like it really challenges you mentally, emotionally, physically. Like it really challenges you at multiple levels because there's a lot of fears that you have to break. There's a lot of just, I mean, training is not, it's not easy. Like it's really not. And so it's been really great for me in all aspects. And it's really been, it's since I was a little kid, okay, you guys are gonna laugh at me completely, and it's totally fine. It's really big, it was super big into anime when I was younger. I still love it, and I decided I wanted to do Taekwondo when I was a kid because I wanted to be a ninja. Like, I wanted to be, like, a badass fighter. That's what I wanted to be. If I could be anything in my life, I just wanted to be, like, badass, like, fighter chick, right? Like, yeah. And, that never left me. That's never left me. So now I'm like, I can be. It's different. I plan on integrating in my Taekwondo stuff, and I plan on integrating in more martial arts to my character. But like, it's just like, it's fun. I love it. Like I love it. I love it. It's weird, but I love it. And it's crazy. And the people I've met through it are freaking fantastic. I've met so many cool people. Because I've been involved in the cosplay and gaming scene for so long, and just being involved in a different scene is like, it's awesome. Always recommend go try new things. Don't ever limit yourself. Do it exactly. Do you know what Nagra? Yeah, I do know who she is. Yes, I do. Yes, I don't know her personally. We follow each other, but I don't know her personally. Her and her fiance, boyfriend, husband, Aoki. I've never met them. One day, hopefully, but they are very talented and amazing. We're kind of like a ninja, seems less subtle and more direct. It really doesn't do stealth too well. No, War doesn't do stealth well at all. Death would be a lot closer to the ninja, right? Like, Death would be a lot closer to freaking rogue, but... War is bae. War is my life. Which is, if anybody knows, like, a real life War, I'm looking for a husband, or a boyfriend at least. I guess I should start there. So if you know a real life War, you just let me know. My life. Okay, so we pulled that out there. So we're gonna have to integrate that in there. That's super cool story, bro. Definitely getting more of that wider look, that wider feel. Still my favorite horseman. Yeah, he's definitely my favorite. Fury, I mean, I won't lie, like, at first I was like, oh, you know, I don't know how much I'm gonna like Fury, but they did a really good job with her story, and I like how she transforms, and I kind of fell in love with her by the end of the game, for sure, Z's. And Death is, I mean, Death is cool too, let's be real. Death is really cool, but War just holds a special place in my heart. He always has, and he always will, no matter what. Let me save this real quick. That is not where you get saved. Costumes, working on War. That's right, I started Trevor Belmont from Castlevania. I wanted to finish him too. I've been in kind of an art slump. And I've been slowly pulling myself out of it. But as soon as I pull out of it, I'm gonna have too many projects. It's gonna be amazing. Death is the coolest. He's way too cool to be friends with me. Aw, duh. That's not true. Oh, it's frozen. There we go. Hi again. Love yourself more. Love yourself more. I can recommend some affirmations. This guy's starting to shape up, yo. I'm excited. I like it when it gets to this point where it's just not crud me. It's not complete crud anymore. Okay. So we're going to integrate this in. Oh, he did Trevor? That's awesome. That's really cool. That's rad. I didn't know he did Trevor. I have not been paying attention to any social stuff, so boot. Control Z if. I legit just kind of vanished from the cosplay. I was like, I'm out! Bye! I was like a ninja. Anyways, I'm gonna save this one more time. I'm sorry. Oh god, what is it doing? Oh, crud munchies. Weird. Okay, I'm sorry if it lags. I'm gonna save this one more time. No, this time we're good. Okay. So I like how wide this guy feels, but I am gonna pull these little fins in a little more because I don't think they're supposed to show on the front view here. So we'll pull this as a whole just in just a little more. Let's go down subdivision level. Okay. Cool. Alright, so I worked about 6 hours on this thing. It's not pretty, we're doing pretty good here for 6 hours plus streaming. It's not bad. A little slower than I'd like, but I've been a little rusty, so I can't be too hard on myself. Alright. So, now what I'm going to do is we're going to combine these. And I apologize right now if my computer decides to be a little butthole and freeze. Yes, I did just say that. Okay, so I'm going to leave the eyes, because the eyes are still separate. We're going to leave those separate for now. Actually, maybe I should just combine it all at once. Please be clean. Please work okay. So when you 3D print, unlike a game model, when you 3D print, if you have a model inside a model intersecting like this, see how these guys are, I turn on transparent. Let's see how they are intersecting. Your printer, your slicing program, you too, good. Your slicing program will be like, oh, hey, I need to print all of this. So it will print all of the information if it's not one mesh. So it's a nightmare. So don't do that. You don't want intersecting meshes like that because it's going to print all of it and it will mess up your model like pretty bad. I've done it accidentally once and been like, why is this not printing correctly? And then I realized it was because I didn't merge the meshes together. And I like to do, I don't do the mesh merging at the, there's been some things on occasion where I've done the mesh merging at a final stage or later stages and then I've just projected it, but there's no reason I can't do it now, so I'm just going to do it now and then project it. I might have some issues with the horns here, but we're just going to have to wait and see and find out. So let's move this down. I am going to leave the tug and eyes separate just for this moment here. And just in case, I already saved, but just in case, we will duplicate this. We will duplicate this because I don't like to make mistakes here. Hide everything else. Just so I can see these two. Because I will need the original ones for projections. Okay. Let's hope this works okay because this is a Dynamesh thing and I just remembered that Dynamesh was not working properly on this guy. So let's see how this goes. Forgot that I have other. It's gonna lag a little bit, I'm sorry. Okay, alright, so far so good. We'll Dynamesh this guy. And then we're going, oh, what? Hold on. Okay. Alright, so they're both Dynameshed. Merge down. And then we'll Dynamesh them together. Don't lag too much. I technically didn't need to Dynamesh them in the first place, by the way. I'm just going to say that right now. But now they are one mesh. We still have our different polygroups, but they are one mesh here. So the next step I'm going to do here, so I have these as one mesh, save, because every time I do something crazy like this, I always save. Oh, wow. 111. That's been my life right now. 1111 and 111 everywhere. I feel like I'm going crazy. Cool. That's saved. And now we're going to Z-remesh this. because this is super crazy high polys right now. We're going to turn Dynamesh off. We're going to ZRemesh. And we're going to go halvesies, and the computer might lag and freeze, and I apologize in advance. Adapt. I don't think we need to freeze anything. Let's see how this looks. Dynamesh success! Yes, great success. And now it's all one model, so I don't have to worry about the 3D printing issues. Also, this is going to make sculpting these, integrating them together easier. And because I saved a previous version, if anything goes wrong, I do have the previous version with them separate. I think this is going to remove the subtool. Let me see. I don't remember if ZRemeshing removes this up. It did. Okay. But, so we're going to do this again. Halvesies. It's actually not freezing my computer. I'm impressed. Good job, computer. You got this. ZRemesh your success. I like it when things work. 2 for 2. Are we gonna get 3 for 3? Suck it, PC. I like to say loving things to my computer. I tell it how much I love it, how grateful I am for it. I'm one of those crazy people that has a gratitude journal. I used to carry a gratitude rock with me. I don't do that anymore though, because I don't need to, because now I just stop and I appreciate. So we got a hole here, that's always fun. Let me see if this will let me just close holes. It might be stupid. If not, then I'm gonna have to fix this with Dynamesh again. Should be under, should be geometry. Modify topology. Close holes? No, damn it. Okay. That's fine. Dynamesh. Dynamesh will close the holes. What to have? Wow. Wow. No, Link, I don't. Unless you're the real Link, which I doubt you are, then no. You make fun of it? I know, my PC's kind of a nerd too, but I don't. I'm okay. I like the PC. Don't be a little, there you go. Sorry, I'm gonna add a little more. Okay. Oh, that was a little step in the process here, but we're good. So, little bump in the road. That's fun. Back to the freaking ZRemeshing. Turn off Dynamesh, ZRemesh. You guys can't hear the music, but I'm rocking out to it. I'm gonna rock out to music that you can't hear. Because that's how I roll, and it's process it. Now I have Lonely Island stuck in my head. Damn it. Maybe I'm rocking out to your music. Maybe whatever music you're listening to, I'm actually in sync with. What time is it there? It is 9:45. That's what time it is. Ooh, it even re-symmetried stuff for me. Thank you, Symmetry. Okay. So let's do rocking out to the wonderful clicks and taps of the keyboard. Aw, yeah. Woot! Almost as good as Lonely Island. I'm sure there's gotta be a Lonely Island song like that, right? Why did this shift or something? Why did something shifted or moved? We're gonna undo that real fast. Why? This should be like exact. Because I didn't move anything unless. Hold up. No. There. Okay. Don't lie to me. Did it get messed up when I... It's 4:45, crazy. My computer is rendering a model at the moment that's making it lag and freeze occasionally, so half the time I don't even know whether my PC's frozen or yours is. Ah, it's hilarious. It worked out. We're just gonna say it's yours 99% of the time. How does that sound? Can we say that? Kind of 3 for 3, not really. I lost, so with ZRemesher, if you have symmetry turned on, it will go symmetrical, but like, what's weird is it should be symmetrical, but what matters is, because I'm reprojecting to my original model, so it moved it all. If it moves at all, it screws up my reprojection, so I don't want that, which is weird that it like got weird with me, but I don't know. Let me turn off backface masking real fast because I do just want to build this up here. So we don't have that issue there. Okay, cool. Super cool story, Brosif. Alright, so we've got ZRemesh. Got symmetry off. Let's do this again here. So guys, I'm going to head out here in about 15 minutes. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them at home. I'm just kidding. I'm here for you. So if you have any questions or anything you want me to answer before I head out, I will not be streaming next weekend because I will be in Vegas, but I will be streaming the weekend after that. I don't know the date, whatever that weekend is. I think next month too, I'm only scheduled for 2 because I have a couple projects coming up here that I'm working on that I can't stream. But Sunday nights, we hang out here. Refer to the VOD. There you go, exactly. I do have my own channel, twitch.tv/VertVixen, and I have been considering picking up streaming back on there again, so make sure to follow me there. Make sure to check out my Twitter and my Instagram, which are both at VertVixen. If you're into fitness stuff, you can check out my fitness Instagram, which is at Alicia Lynn Fit with an underscore. Alicia_Lynn_fit because Alicia Lynn was already taken. Made me sad. There I'll be posting about fitness and wrestling. And on VertVixen, it's all art. I've decided to separate the two because they were all in one place, and I was like, I don't know if the art people want to see the fitness stuff. The fitness people want to see the art stuff. Because I'm going to be putting wrestling stuff on Alicia Lynn too. So I was like, I don't know if it's the same crowd or not. Alright, let's see Relush this sucker again. Rocking out here. Aw yeah, Brosif. I'm gonna take this down one more level. Is that how that works? Is it like osmosis? Do you just watch, and as you watch, you're like, oh, my muscles, yes! Because if that's how it works, I've been doing this wrong the whole freaking time. I should be watching more workout videos and not actually be in the gym. I actually love working out. It's kind of a problem. It is a slight addiction for me. Okay. That should be good. That is super low. Looks sexy, not really. So, yes. Okay, I'm going to remember this. So let's take this sucker here, and we're going to merge these two down. Please and thank you. And now we're going to save this again. I apologize in advance if this lags, too. It is known! The secret! It is out! That's true. Wow, I would have all the time in the world to do all the things. All right, so let me show you what we've got here. We've got our high resolution, so this is not technically the highest resolution, but our higher resolution mesh and our lower resolution mesh. The difference is these are separate. Rah! This is one, and it's low res, and it's been ZBrush. The topology flows a little better. I mean, you are working out your brain. You're always working out your skills. You're really, I should be doing like at least an hour of sculpting a night, at least. Should start adding that to my routine, at least a few nights a week. Because the workout has to be distributed among everyone watching. Oh, it does. You know, you're right. It has to be. It's like the communism of work. I don't even know how to say that properly. Equal share, equal give and take. It's like the Six of Pentacles in the tarot cards. Oh, I'm a nerd in so many ways. All right, let's do the fun thing now. We've got this guy showing, this guy there, woot, 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 and now we project. I hope this doesn't give me any problems. Project all mofo. Okay, looks like the horns are not giving us issues. So now we're gonna go up and we're gonna project. I want to keep an eye on it's this area of the horns I'm worried about, but it looks like it's actually doing. Looks like everything's projecting pretty freaking well, which I love. I really love. Let me turn this back on and smooth that out. Is it mandatory to know a lot of human body to do that type of sculpture? Like this guy? No. I have been very bad about anatomy. Now, mind you, let me tell you, when I do face sculpts in general, this is more of like a demon face, but I'm working on a face sculpt right now. I do have like the planes of the face up, and I do look at the skull. Like I do look at that while I'm sculpting. Do I have it memorized? Heck no. So I don't do it enough. I should. Totally should, but I don't. Alright, up res. Turn off solo. Let's project this again. I'm sorry if this is gonna start getting laggy. Yeah, I'm sorry if this lags, guys. Okay, looks like we're doing okay again. These horns are gonna need some fixing, it looks like, but that's fine. They needed fixing in the first place. Are these? Oh, it's because they weren't. I should have up-res them. Is that the highest resolution that I had the... Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. This is why we save. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. Hold up. This is why we save. I don't think I had these at... These at the highest resolution here? No, they weren't. Okay. So, this is why we save. So now I have these at a higher resolution. Let me go back to this one here. Okay. And we're going to take a step back. Oh, which I can't. Hold up. This should be separate. So we're going to split. Group split. Okay. Cool. Super cool story. We're going to delete these guys. Let's go back here. And then we'll append. And we're going to append in our other horns that are higher resolution. There they are. So we'll merge these up. Let's hide this. Cool. Okay. That's why we save iterations. Hi, how are you, Manish? I think it looks great. I can't do organic modeling for blah. I stick to hard surface. Making boxes is easy. See, I don't like hard surface modeling, so all power to you, because I'm the opposite boat. So I feel you. How much Dynamesh resolution? It was at like 2000. But I didn't sculpt this in Dynamesh because Dynamesh was giving me some weird issues. It was sculpted just using the classic up res, down res, down res with subdivision levels. So I just use Dynamesh now to merge it together. All right, so no problem. What do we got here? All right, this is our man. This is our dude. Let's save this as War 12. Super cool story. We'll save over that. And we're gonna merge this down. Merge down. Yes. Okay, cool. Now we've got the high resolution. Super cool. Let's select this guy again. And now we'll start projecting again. No, it's under subtool, sorry. Project all. Unknown program number 238, amazing. Okay, up res, project. Cool. Everything looks like it's still working okay. We don't have any weirdness going on. Sexy, I like it a lot. And then we up res again, go out of solo and project. It's a pattern here, if you guys haven't noticed. All right, we're getting pretty close here. I think just one more up res and projection and we should be good. Smooth this out. Remember, this is now one mesh, but it looks like it's awesome. We're not getting any. I was really concerned that we were going to get some weird projection stuff in here, and we haven't. So that makes me super duper happy. Yes. I've worked in Unity, Unity 3D, and Unreal 3 and 4. So like I said, we're going to up-res this one more time just because I think it needs it. Go out of solo mode and let's project once more. This should clampen up. Yeah, there we go. That's what we want. We'll just fix this stuff. Smooth this out here. Right, but remember now, this is one mesh, which is exactly what we wanted. And I don't see any weirdness. So now if we look at this guy and we look at this guy, they are pretty freaking close. And this is the one that we reprojected, although they're kind of crud on. So now it's safer to print. Why am I projecting? So I had these horns as a separate mesh. They were completely separate, and when it comes to 3D printing, you don't want this intersection. It's very, very bad. To have that, it'll cause you issues while you're printing. So I needed to merge them down into one mesh. So I used Dynamesh to merge them together. And then while I was there, I ended up just Z-remeshing it so we could have a lower version to work with, as well as smoother topology to work with. Some weird stuff there. And then I just reprojected the detail, so now there's not much difference between the two of them. And now I can take this guy, which has, well, this one, which has the lower versions, and it's going to make it easier for me to work with as well, because I don't want to be working on a mesh that just has the higher versions. If that makes sense at all. So let me save this guy one more time, and then I can delete the original because I don't need it, and he can live forever in this file. Blender looks, I've looked at Blender, it looks confusing. But I was taught in Max, I've used Maya, I've used XSI. I remember, I think it was before I got hired at Carbine, they were still using it. It was before I got hired at Carbine, Autodesk announced that they were stopping support for XSI, and then I got there and they're like, you're learning XSI, and I was like, okay, because their whole engine and everything for WildStar was run in XSI. Softimage, it was interesting. It was very interesting. They're all just tools. They're all just tools. ZBrush is my favorite tool though. So we can turn on the tongue again. We can turn this guy on, and we don't need this one anymore. So let me clean up my file. Okay, thanks. All right, so this is where is perspective on? It is. Yes. This is where we are at, and this is where we started. Woo! We got the horns all integrated and everything, so that's exciting. Super cool story. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna head out here. Do you guys have any more questions or anything before we get going? XSI was life. Yeah, I know some people that like swore by it. Any more questions before I head out here? I will be back. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Twitch if you don't already. Instagram is at VertVixen. In fact, their Instagram and Twitter are both at VertVixen. Twitch.tv is www.twitch.tv/VertVixen. Cool. All right. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I won't be here next Sunday. I will be back the Sunday after that because I will be in Vegas next week. Woot! Party! Not really. I mean, it'll be fun. I'm actually really excited. It'll be fun. I love you all. Yeah, we did a pretty good job today. You know, I've worked in total 6 hours on this, and we started. Let me see. Let's see the first save here. Where have we started here? Oh! That's where we started. We started with this was my very first save. So I would say that we've made some progress here. Well, anyways. Face, shoulder. This one, right? Yeah. Hi, I know. Hello. My puppy wants love. Everybody say goodnight to Thor. Thor. Yes. Everybody say goodbye to the babies. Say goodbyes. Maybe he has to go potty because he's being weird with me. Anyways, you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Thank you. Hey, Pavani, long time. Thanks for the awesome stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, I'll be back not next week, the week after. Yeah, thank you guys. Good night. I will see you all later. And yes, you can watch my other VODs. You see how I've gotten from the start to where we're at now. And yes, I will be back in a couple weeks. Till then, goodbye and good night, and have a good week.